Hello and welcome. You've stumbled onto The Hunt. This is going to be a walkthrough on how to do the Huntress in 10 minutes, which is the Tier 5 solo. Go ahead and reset this and queue in and we'll get started. One thing to keep in mind before you do this is you're going to want to take your armor off, just in case you die. That'll save you some repair bills, and your armor does you no good anyway, as you're going to be playing as a legendary character. Your armor will not give you any stat increases. So, since you're playing a legendary character, you're going to have to learn a new weapon. In this case, she's a martial artist, which is different than brawling, which is what I'm used to. So that took me a little bit of time. What I found was that she had a move called I believe it's called the spinning punch, where you tap 4 times and then hold. That's probably the most powerful. Sometimes I do the elbow drop, but generally that's because I held too soon. Elbow drop does a little bit of damage, but spinning punch is the way to go. So 1, 2, 3, 4, hold. After that, you're going to want to hit either a 4 or a 5. So 1, 2, 3, 4, hold, and then number 4 and number 5. Actually, you're going to want to hit both. That'll do a lot of damage real fast. So to begin, we're going to go after this guy in yellow. He has the ability to set off an alert if he's not killed pretty quick after he's aggroed. And when he turns on that alert or that alarm, then more mobs will come. And if it's turned on too many times, then the game will actually make you redo the mission. So he's the first to go. The rest of these folks are not too much to worry about. And if you see, I'm continuing to do that 1, 2, 3, 4, and then hold, and then hit number 4 and number 5. Let my health get up. Something else I'm hitting with these multiple mobs is number 3, which is a stun. Of course that helps because it means you're taking less damage, but it also does a fair amount of damage in itself. But it's really not worth it one-on-one, from what I can tell. So it's probably hard to tell exactly what I'm doing because I'm probably not the most consistent player, but that's why I try to describe it. I do try to do that 1, 2, 3, 4, hold, and then number 4, and then number 5, as I just did that. It's also difficult to do this and talk at the same time for me. I'm not great at doing 2 things at once. So my power's a little low. There's a healing barrel, so I'll go ahead and start. If I need it, I know I'll have that healing barrel there. I generally don't use it. I would recommend waiting till your power's up, but I'm trying to see if I can do this under 10 minutes. This flame will stun you, so you'll have to be ready to hit shift to break that. And then when you hold the left click, that also helps. It'll stop this flame from coming anymore. So he calls for help, and this little guy runs out here, and he's going to try to turn off the alert. Or he's going to turn on the alert, rather. So you want to kill him before he sets it off. And I'm a little slow. Okay, usually mobs will come. In this case it looks like they are not. I don't know if that's a bug, but we'll just continue on. Down. The great thing about this strategy is that the guy you're fighting stays on the floor most of the time, so he doesn't do a whole lot of damage to you. Now we're going to go look for the passwords so that we can hack that security terminal, and there it is. I think it's random where it shows up. Sometimes it's the first, sometimes it's the last. Now this next room, there's two ways you can do it. You can either kill these three guys, or you can hack the three terminals. Or some combination of both, I guess. Since my power's a little low, I'm going to hack these terminals. Oh, I'm just surprised I did not aggro them there. 1, 2, the third one is the tricky one. I'm going to hide over here until he walks far enough away. It takes a minute, but that'll also let my power build up. Now it looks like he's out of the way over here, but he's tricked me before. If you go over there now, he will aggro. You need him to actually walk the other direction. And there he goes. So now we can go get the terminal. Just keep an eye on the left because there's another guy that walks kind of close, but he's not there right now. And there we have it. That'll also earn you a feat if that's the first time you've done it. So in this cutscene, he's trying to turn on the alarm and finds he can't. The cutscenes, I think, are what make this mission take so much longer than the Bizarro mission.
I don't get paid enough for this. The password is Van Gogh.
That's just my opinion. Generally, I do kill him, give me a little extra power, and move on. You don't have to necessarily kill that guy, but I always do. I don't know what the difference really is. Alright, so here's Johnny Blowtorch. Sometimes one of those mobsters will be down here, not all the time. I go ahead and just take him out so that I'm back to square one. And Johnny Blowtorch is not that difficult. Just like any boss, you're going to want to try to keep an eye on it if he's blocking. You do not want to finish your combo. Let me get away from the wall so you can see. So I'm blocking there. When you can tell he's doing a big hit like that one, you're going to want to block, obviously. And when he's blocking, you want to break his block. But primarily, my focus is on DPS. I do the break block and the blocking when I can, but that's secondary in my opinion. Mostly I just want to kick the crap out of him and make sure he stays on the ground. Go ahead and get some health. Now when he turns on that fire grate in the floor, if you saw, I was able to just stay off to the side and it did me no damage. Another good trick is to use your sodas early, that way they'll start on the cooldown, and that'll allow you to use them possibly twice. So he's not really staying on the floor like a lot of the other bosses, but still I just do more damage than he does. Alright, and he's down. Oh, good, the bow. I've been waiting for that. Okay, so we got one more boss. I'm going to clear these. Now the last boss I'll go ahead and talk about. You can either kill him or not. If you don't, then you have 4 other options that randomly come in. It could be the Scarecrow, Bane. Bane is just awful, so after you've done him once, you really don't want to run into him again. You do need him for a feat, though. Aside from those two, there's Killer Croc and, I believe, Hush. So we're about 6:45, and what I'm doing is I'm opening the door, and now I'm going to go get a healing barrel, because I prefer to do this with 2, just in case I need it. There's one at the beginning. Even if you did use it on the first boss, it will have respawned. But you have to have the door open down there first. Otherwise, when you go bring the barrel, I don't know if it's a bug or if it's on purpose, but you can't set the barrel down. You have to throw it. But if the door's open, you can run right in with it. So since I don't want to run into Bane, I'm going to go ahead and do the main boss here, instead of letting him walk away.
you even think about raising an alarm, I'll shoot you where you stand.
The Huntress. How nice of you to visit. And to answer your question, your mother, Maria, and I were, very close.
Again, my plan is to DPS the mess out of him and keep him on the floor.
Why? Why did
And use my soda early.
That was my mistake. You are my mistake. I meant to spare Maria. So, what are you gonna do now, huh? What are you gonna do, murder me? Your father?
So 1, 2, 3, 4, and then number 4 and number 5, just over and over and over. And I can see he's blocking. I do try to stop. That was too slow. It's more difficult when you're talking. Again with the fire, you want to hold shift to get out of that. And then number 4, number 5. Oops, forgot my cola. Probably should use that a little earlier. I probably won't get a chance to use it again. But that's okay. Still have another healing barrel. Once this boss gets down, he tends to do a lot more damage. So I'm not out of the woods yet. And I'm really not sure what happens if you don't beat him up real good right there. But I'm gonna go get that healing barrel. Obviously, when you have one, you want to stay in it. You want to stay in it in range as much as you can. And ultimately what you want him to do is come with you, that way you can brawl with him over here, or melee him over here. And there's the end. And that's how you do the Huntress in under 10 minutes.